Well, it happened. Here I am, rolled to a stop on the side of the road. Please feed the YouTube algorithm by giving the video a like. If you want to see more like this, click subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. If you want to chip in on my expenses, I now have Patreon and YouTube memberships. Luckily, I'm out of the lane as the cars come through, but I'm in some sort of no parking zone. But it wasn't the big battery, it wasn't the motor, it was the 12-volt battery. Failed to keep powering up the systems that are needed to run the car. So the big battery has lots of charge, but the little battery has no charge. So I'm waiting for the cops to drive by in their cop motorbikes to see if I'm allowed to leave it here, go home, get my big battery charger and bring it back and kind of jump boost start the little 12-volt battery so I can get it home. And I've seen cops go by that way, but nobody's coming that way. And I'm not walking away from the car until I get police confirmation about what's going on. I could push it over into a little space right there, but otherwise, like, every parking space on this block is full. There's nowhere else for me to go. So I just sit here patiently waiting for the cops. Well, you can see I've now changed places. From that location, I basically ran home to get that 12-volt power pack thing that I did a review on earlier, and it didn't work. So I ran back, and in that amount of time, the 12-volt battery had Poikert effect itself up, and I actually took the chance of driving it away. And I managed to come about 4 blocks until it rolled to a stop, and I just pulled in right here. Luckily, there's empty space. So I'm going to sit here for an hour and wait for the battery to come back up again. And then I go down that street, around, and home. 1 kilometer down that road, and I'm home. So cross your fingers that that little 12-volt guy's got enough oomph left in him to get me home. I'll let him rest for an hour.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah. All right, I waited an hour. I got about 600 or 700 meters, and it rolled to a stop right there. And some people very helpfully pushed me here, which is technically a no parking zone, but it's like 11:30 at night, and the cops just drove by and didn't even look at it. So my house, my apartment, is 500 meters that way. And I'll wait another hour, and I'll see how close I get. Well, here we are, folks. I stopped 3 times on the way. It's 1:30 in the morning, because I let an hour and a half go on the last stop to charge the car. I came down the parking ramp, and I went to go in reverse, and it stopped. That's it. I am this far away from my parking space. I cannot believe my luck of how close this was. So I'm going to push this back into place, and I'm going to go buy a big-ass battery and make sure the DC to DC converter is working. Signing off for this little adventure. And here's the result of the transplant. You can see the battery absolutely fits this way, side to side. It fits just under these, and I've got it pushed up right against close to the Wi-Fi base station. And all the wires are wired up 12.54 volts, which is a happy number. Now let's turn the 12-volt system onto the car, and we'll see what kind of unswitched 12-volt circuits are pulling. Click. 0.02 of a volt, and I heard a click of a relay in the back, which is a good sign. Okay, now let me go turn the key, and we'll see what happens. The key is on, and we're holding our values really well. So even the switched power isn't overdrawing the battery right now. So let's do the check. This is all good. The next check will tell me if the DC to DC converter is actually charging the battery as we drive. It kind of acts like the alternator in your gas car to keep the battery charged up. So I need to turn on main power here, and then the contactors will go, which energizes the DC to DC. Main power on, energize the DC to DC, but I'm not expecting a nice voltage coming in here like 13.5 or whatever the DC to DC is rated for. That's not good news. That's why the little battery that was in here just wasn't getting recharged during the drive. Now, there's a couple of fuses back there that I can check and a couple in here. So let me do a quick review and see. Well, some possibly good news. I got the fuses out, which are in here, and it was incredibly difficult to get the box cover out because I've never tried it with the trunk lid still on, but we succeeded. The 12 volt, 30 amp fuses are good. The 10 amp, 144 volt fuse is blown, open circuit. So what that tells me is the DC to DC was pulling more power than this was supposed to allow to go through. Now 10 amps at 144 volts is 1.4 kilowatts, and the DC to DC is rated at 360 watts. So that's kind of bad news, and I'm hoping the DC to DC hasn't fried itself, because that's major surgery. But the easy thing to do is change this fuse and see what happens. The DC to DC seems physically okay. There's no magic smoke hole, no charring, no flames. So let's give it a try. Okay, the output of the fuse is measuring 100 millivolts, which is not good. But the input of the fuse is measuring 131.4, exactly the same as we got off the main battery tap. So that means either the fuse is bad or the fuse holder is bad. But the fuse checked out okay. Okay, I replaced the input fuse, but I took out the 12 volt output fuse, which means this should have no load on it in case there's something very bad happening on the 12 volt bus downstream from the DC to DC. If this blows, it means the DC to DC is bad. All right, without the 12 volt fuse in, I'm reading directly the output of 13.75, which is above what we were seeing when the 12 volt bus was enabled essentially through the fuse. So I think the DC to DC is working, and it has 0.15 volts above the battery, so it will be gently trying to charge up the battery. I think this is all working. Well, that's a relief, but the proof's in the pudding, so I'm going to do a long-term test to confirm. All right, I hooked the meter up to the battery with it disconnected from the DC to DC, and it was about 12.60 and dropping by 0.01 every few seconds as it was powering the car. I plugged a 12 volt fuse back in, and it jumped up to 13.32. So the DC to DC is working. Now, why did fuses blow? That's the question that, I don't know, maybe it was just the old tiny battery. It was trying to push too much into it, and this big old battery is happier because it's a good level of charge and the DC to DC is not having to work hard. A good test is to check the headlights, because the headlights suck a tremendous amount of power. Oh yeah, very strong, high beams. That's nice and bright. And we're getting 12.97 as the system is trying to struggle to keep up with the power draw. And I can feel the heat on these bulbs. This is the torture test for the 12-volt system on this car. So hopefully this will either stabilize or hopefully slowly climb up. So I will continue to test, but, oh, yep, 12.97 is slowly coming up, even under the tremendous power draw of these headlights. I will definitely look into getting LED headlights here because this is nuts how much power these are drawing. And I'm sure there's a direct substitute on the market. So I'm going to sign off for now. If there's another section after this, it means something else happened bad. But I'm going to sign off, knocking on good German steel, and happy DC to DC converting. Before we wrap up, I'd like to thank my Patreons and YouTube members, Peter Bouvier, Puppy, and Craig, for their ongoing support. I see that a whopping 96% of my viewers are not subscribers, so please go ahead and click that subscribe button because it really helps out the YouTube algorithm. Thanks and take care, and I'll see you in the next video.